please stand for the processional. You may be seated. At this time, I'd like to introduce Ms. Peggy Fontenot, our principal, for our welcoming address.
Good afternoon and welcome. At this time, graduates, I'm going to ask you to stand up and turn around and face the audience. I'm going to give you a chance, families. Just hang on, hang on. So we'd like to thank you, and when I call your group, and you'll understand what I mean in a minute, please stand. So today we're going to welcome parents. All parents, please stand. Of a graduate who's here today. Okay, thank you. Have a seat. Grandparents, please stand. Thank you. Siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, family members. So graduates, the reason I'm having you face them is because these people are here because they love you. Thank you, family. Sit down. Representatives from Sonoran School Central Office staff, please stand. Thank you. Current Sonoran Science Academy Davis Monthan teachers and former teachers of any of the graduates, please stand. These people have made a huge impact on your life. Thank you. And finally, let's give applause to our graduates, those of us in the audience. Graduates, you may be seated. So to the entire audience, your support of one of our seniors or the entire school itself has contributed greatly to our celebration here today. As only one of 7 charter schools on a military installation in the United States, SSA-DM is unique, as our graduates can tell you. One of our graduates has been here since we opened in 2009. Another shortly thereafter, and a few graduates joined our class just this year. The class of 2016 is only the 3rd graduating class of SSA-DM in our history, with 14 seniors graduating today. This is our largest class to date. Now here's where it gets real interesting. Collectively, these graduates have been offered over $515,000 in scholarship awards. With acceptance to over 10 universities, to include some of the following: Embry-Riddle, Aeronautical University; Northwest Florida State College; Sweet-Briar College; the University of Arizona, Northern Arizona, and you know that other college over there in Phoenix, but we're not going to talk about that. Graduates, as you leave today and venture out to a new journey, I'd like to talk to you about one of my favorite stories, and I'm going to paraphrase. This story has no known author. One day, an elderly man was walking on the beach, and in the distance, saw a young man reaching down into the sand and then facing the ocean. As the elderly man got closer to the young man, he asked him, "Young man, what are you doing?" And the young man responded, "I'm picking up starfish and throwing them back into the ocean." The elderly man asked him why. "Why are you doing this?" To this, the young man replied, "The sun is up and the tide is going out. If I don't throw them in, they'll die." Upon hearing this, the elderly man commented, "But young man, don't you realize this beach has thousands of starfish? You can't possibly make a difference." The young man listened and politely responded, "By picking up another starfish and throwing it into the ocean." And he said, "It makes a difference for this one." And so graduates, as you take your step into adulthood, know that you do have the capacity to make a difference. We at SSA Davis Monthan know that you will.
At this time, I'd like you to stand and join us as Jennifer Hernandez sings the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, once so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched was so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, see, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. And now for the faculty address, Mr. Michael Pavlich.
Thank you, Mr. Markinson. Welcome, friends, family, countrymen. So I have a favorite quote, obviously. I'm the English teacher, so I have to throw out some of my favorite quotes. My favorite author is Kurt Vonnegut, and he has this great quote. He said, I want to stand as close to the edge as I can without going over. Out on the edge, you see all kinds of things you can't see from the center. Keep that in mind. We'll get back to that. And to get a theme for this speech, I asked for the senior quote. And I have it here. It's, together we have experienced life, separately we will pursue our dreams, and forever our memories will remain. And I like that, because we have and we will. In the past couple of years, we've experienced part of our lives together. We've laughed, you've cried, sometimes in the fetal position. And I've tried my hardest to push you to the breaking point. And then, I've pushed you more. I hope you've seen what I have, that you didn't break. You grew. You cried, some of you gave up for a time, and then all of you cried again. And then tried again. I remember a year and a half ago when I handed out 14 Fs on your very first paper for me. Then I had the fine privilege of meeting all of your wonderful parents. The young men and women here that I see now before me are not the same students. The moments I have shared with you will be with me in some of the greatest times of my teaching career. And I have never seen such driven students. Together we've experienced life and started your journey to the edge. Dreams. This is when I tell you to dream big and give you a great quote that says reach for the stars, and quote way too many famous people about dreams, but you know that's not my style. I will give you one quote, and it's of course from Shakespeare, and it's from The Tempest, and Caliban said, "When I waked, I cried to dream again." He said this because dreams are an escape from reality. They are fickle and false. Dreams are the brain's way of dealing with reality. They're important, but they're not real. Reality takes planning and execution, not myth and fantasy. You will dream and fail and succeed. Not necessarily in that order, but it will happen. But reality is wonderful and horrible, which is great. After reading Heart of Darkness, I made a point to help you recognize the important theme that life is meaningless, which is also totally awesome. Because you have to find the meaning. Life doesn't just give it to you because you're alive. My drill sergeant used to say, when, not if, the elements become overwhelming, you take a knee, you phase out in full security, drink water, and drive on. That, my young Padawans, is the journey to the edge. Trust me, the view is worth it, and it's totally awesome. For memories, again, I have to go back to Shakespeare, Sonnet 30. When the sessions of sweet, silent thought, I summon up remembrance of things past. I sigh the lack of many things I sought, and with old woes, new wail my dear time's waste. Shakespeare is a little depressing sometimes. But this quote has a good lesson in it, because if we dwell in the past, we will only regret the things that we have or have not done. And our time will be wasted. Memories are great. They're a wonderful place to visit, and I say remember it all. The good and the bad. The good times always help us through the bad, and the bad will help us grow and give us the ability to recognize the good. I remember a junior class that came together and confronted their brand new teacher that just failed them all, and made me explain my expectations. That was the first time I was impressed with you. You didn't like my answer. If you meet my expectations, then you receive a C. And I remember your faces, which is another great moment in my teaching career. But I also remember your faces when you earned your first A. Memories, as Shakespeare reminds us in Sonnet 30, can give rise to doubt, regret, and fear. But remember, those F's were a very important step in your learning. Never forget the failures, because they will lead you to success. Shakespeare, thankfully, ends this sonnet, like he does all sonnets, with a couplet that resolves the issues presented. But if the while I think on thee, dear friends, all losses are restored and sorrows end. We need to remember the good along with the bad. Now, remember Bunning's book? The walk away from the center towards the edge and that great view we promised? Well, you're at the edge. The view is terrific, is it not? But remember your English. The root word is terror. Because though you have reached the edge of adolescence, you are emerging in the center of adulthood. Enjoy your adventure. We have nothing left to teach you. Class of 2016, Charlie better watch his back, because you've been trained. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Michael Barber, high school science teacher at SSA. And we at SSA are incredibly proud of all of our graduating seniors. It is my honor to introduce two sisters who are particularly high achievers. The first is our salutatorian, Skylar Henry. Skylar was born and raised here in Tucson, and as a young child wanted to be a lawyer or an actress. She now has noble aspirations to join the military, where I'm sure she'll have a successful career. In her high school career, Skylar became vice president of NHS, a member of Yearbook, an English tutor for Pavlich, which I'm sure kept her very busy, consoling crying students and everything. And she was SSA's first ever prom queen. On a side note, to better introduce her, I asked Skylar to provide me with some information about her that I may not know. She gave me a sheet of paper, and the first line on it was, "Skylar is your favorite student." So, please help me in welcoming my favorite student and SSA salutatorian, Skylar Henry.
Fellow classmates, today is one of the most important days in all of our lives. We are here to celebrate many hard years of learning and are surrounded by the people who have taught and inspired us, parents, teachers, and family. It's been a long 4 years, but it's gone by so fast. It's been a long 4 years because of drama, homework, and past class. It's been short because of the friends we've made. And in my case, best friends, Joey, Shireen, Amani, there are many more. And I would include something about my best friend and sister, Cheyenne Henry. But I live with her, so I'm gonna see her all the time, so I can just tell in person. It's sad to think that some of us will never see each other again. But God has great plans for all of us, whether we see each other or not. And I know most of us are going to achieve great things, whether we're going into college undecided, if we want to be lawyers, teachers, politicians, or if we're doing this country a great service by joining the military. I know this because God's with us. I mean, how else would we pass PABS class? And although his class was the most stressful and strenuous thing I've ever encountered, literally ever, I'll always have those memories. And as he said, I'll always remember receiving my first F. That was so horrible. He decided he was going to give everyone an F to show that we needed to go above his expectations and that his class needed to be taken seriously. It worked. Obviously, we're all graduating. Some of us are probably annoyed him with how above and beyond we went, how we continued to ask for extra credit, and how we, as Pop puts it, whined about his class all the time. The point of this is, we have some great memories, and if we survive Pat's class, then we can survive literally anything. And we all know he was only so hard on us because he loves us and just wanted to keep us another year. Whether he admits it or not, he did. He wanted us another year. And overall, I would like to thank Mr. Pavlich for being so hard on us and caring about our futures. Mr. Barber for helping teach me and everything, because he's a really new teacher, but I actually really loved his class. Science was not my favorite. I actually enjoyed it this year, surprisingly. And then Miss Anthiper for guiding the seniors, being the best teacher for a TA to have, setting up this whole ceremony, and being as honest as she is, because we all know she can be pretty brutally honest sometimes, but we all needed it. And all of the other teachers and faculty here, because our success would not be possible without them. I would also like to thank all of the parents and family, whether they were able to attend this ceremony or not, for being support systems for us and teaching us to be the young men and women we are today. I know I would not be the person I am today if my mom and dad did not push me and teach me how to be respectful and responsible. And I never knew how much I needed them until this moment. We are all off to do our own things. Some of us going to college somewhere else. Some are going to start their careers, maybe here, maybe not. So we may not have our parents to help us and do all the little things that they do for us. Schedule appointments, our laundry, clean the house, and everything else they do for us. I would also like to thank every student here, whether we were close or not, because I have learned something from each and every one of you guys. I have learned just as much from the people I disagree with than the people I'm close to, because they are the people that push you to work harder and teach you to stay true to your beliefs and stick up for yourself. And I'm honestly thankful to have had them in my life. I'm also thankful for the rest of the class for making so many extraordinary moments, for giving me the extra push I need, and for having diverse opinions, whether I agree with them or not. I cannot imagine graduating with any other class. So I hope you all have successful futures and don't let any moments pass you by. Snatch up any opportunity that you get and make sure you actually enjoy life. Don't just stay behind your phone, guys. I know I have that problem. I love my phone, but don't always have it. It's great to just live in the moment. And I'm going to leave you guys with some wise words from the rapper Drake. Everybody dies, but not everybody lives. So grab the bull by its horns and live the life you want to live.
Okay. If high school were a tree, Cheyenne Henry would be the apical meristem. If it were a mountain, she would be the pinnacle. If it's an ecosystem, she is the apex predator. Incredible biology analogies aside, I've had the honor of teaching this amazing, talented, well-rounded student for the past year, and her character never fails to impress me. She's lived her entire life in Tucson and has participated in numerous extracurricular activities, including being the president of the National Honor Society, a member in Yearbook and Dead Poet Society, as well as being a member of the high school girls basketball team. Her interests are broad, and she plans on studying global and cybersecurity and intelligence. Please help me in welcoming our apex predator and my other favorite student, and SSA's valedictorian, Cheyenne Henry, to the stage.
I'm a little nervous, my sister just killed that speech, but all right. So, fellow graduates, faculty, administration, friends, and family. These last few weeks of school have been no doubt stressful for students. We have been scrambling to study for finals, finish final projects, and make final decisions on where we will go and what we will do after high school. Some of our senior class are attending community colleges and universities, while others are serving our country in the military or joining the workforce. We may all be venturing on different paths, but we all have one goal, and that one goal is to be successful in life. These past 4 years of high school have been preparing us to be successful in our future endeavors, whatever they may be. While many of us have grumbled and complained about high school, including me, I feel that we sometimes forget how short it really is. High school is literally only 4 years of our life, and a majority of the senior class has been here with one another since freshman year and even middle school. We have been with one another to experience both the highs and the lows of high school. One of the most notable highs was being a part of SSADM's first ever prom, and thank you, Ms. Brandon. And one of the most notable lows, as my sister and Mrs. Pavlich had said, was receiving Fs in our class. No matter the highs or the lows, though, we were all here for one another and went through them together, whether it be dancing the night away at prom or banding together on Facebook to complain about the Fs. It has been said by multiple teachers and even the senior class that we are the most opinionated senior class that can agree on absolutely nothing. And when I say nothing, I literally mean nothing. However, we all genuinely care about others and are open to new people. My sister and I started at SSA our sophomore year, and we were extremely nervous. We had come from a much larger school with an unfriendly population, and we're not very optimistic of about a class of about 20 students who are already really close with one another. However, the current senior class welcomed us with open arms and made an effort to make us feel very welcome. The juniors and seniors have even given me my own John Cena theme song that they will randomly burst out singing as I walk to classes or when I go up to receive awards at the end of the year assembly.
Cheyenne Henry!
And apparently at graduation too. Thanks, guys. But as the years progress, I witnessed our senior class welcome other new students that continue to come to our school at any time during the school year due to families being in the military. One thing I would like to specifically touch on is the military presence at this school. Being on a military base, a majority of the student population consists of military kids. Military families know all about deployment. I know how hard it is for those who have parents deployed, because my dad is currently deployed and is unable to be here. I've been tough without him here, but specific seniors and staff have helped make things easier. They have given me advice because some have had parents deployed before and others are just there for me. This school is like one big family, even though it may seem small, and it's a support system, and I'm glad that I got to spend 3 years of my life here. Now on to success. Success is the accomplishment of a goal or a purpose. All 14 of us have different goals in life that we hope to accomplish. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had once said that the key to success is to always be humble, be hungry, and be the hardest worker in the room, and I believe this to be true. My advice I would like to give to the seniors is to always be the hardest worker in the room and be the best at what you do, whether you're a dishwasher or CEO at a company. And lastly, I would like to say my thank yous. I would like to say thank you to all of my family for helping me grow as a person and always supporting me. Thank you for always coming to my school events and graduations and my softball games and being the loudest cheers in the crowd, even though I was shy and embarrassed, so I didn't really appreciate it as much back then, but now I definitely do. I would like to say a special thank you to my dad, who has inspired me to be the best I can and always work hard, and he's also inspired me to join the Air Force ROTC in college. And to my mom, who has been there for me through heartbreaks and struggles throughout life and given me expert advice. I would also like to say thank you to all of the teachers and administrations for preparing me for college, especially Mr. Pavlich, who has taught me many things and helped me grow not only as a student, but as a person. He has taught me not to look for answers just from the teacher, but to look for answers that are right to me, as long as I back it up with evidence. He has also helped me develop as a leader in National Honor Society, and I will be forever grateful. Lastly, I would like to thank all the seniors for making high school memorable, and I wish the best for all of you. Thank you.
Skylar? So we're going to kind of interrupt the program here because I was asked to give these young ladies a gift from their dad, who was not able to be here. Okay, anyway, he sent this to me to give to you guys. I have 2 flags here. These flags were flown in an F-16 fighter aircraft in combat missions over Iraq and Syria during Operation Inherent Resolve. They serve as a reminder of the rights and freedoms you have, the privilege and the quality education that you have received, and the opportunities that lay ahead. Never forget that servicemen and women sacrifice and have laid down their lives to provide you these rights and privileges. Do not squander them. Now go out and seize the world. You have 2 certificates here and some flags. However, even though I love you guys all very much, I don't feel that I should be giving this to you because I'm not your father.
I would not want to be the one who has to follow up after that. But we're privileged today to have Robert Hobbins, the Chief Academic Officer for Sonoran Schools, to give a presentation or a speech. Thank you, Mr. Homer.
I don't think I'm going to be bringing any tears in your eyes. That's really incredible. Congratulations to the family and the salutatorian. So, give me 1 second. On behalf of Sonoran, the leadership of Sonoran Schools, I'd like to congratulate the entire graduating class of 2016. Give a round of applause, please. The reason why I and my colleagues at Sonoran come to work every day is to make a difference in the lives of our students, and to see them ultimately graduate, prepared for college, career, and life. Sonoran touts its successes at hundreds of academic competitions, its national rankings, but the most meaningful and salient measures of success for Sonoran is our seniors' graduation, admission to college, and transition into productive careers. We're very proud of each and one of you guys here today. Graduates, you all have dreams of who you wish to become and the things that you wish to achieve. Take a moment today to close your eyes and visualize your dreams. Now, I don't claim to know the magic formula to make that dream a reality, but I'm absolutely certain of one of its ingredients: grit. Grit is an intangible trait that motivates passion and perseverance. University of Pennsylvania professor Dr. Angela Duckworth conducted a study at West Point Military Academy and found that grit mattered more than leadership ability, intelligence, and physical fitness. Meaning that you don't have to be the very best at what you do to achieve your dreams. Through courage, resolve, and strength of character, you will be successful. Let's move to Middle Earth. In Lord of the Rings, someone had to be chosen to bring the ring of power to Mount Doom in Mordor. This was seemingly an impossible task. Should the ring be given to an all-wise wizard like Gandalf? A skillful elf like Legolas? A mighty dwarf like Gimli? Or a tiny, young, and inexperienced hobbit like Frodo? Who would you choose to save Middle Earth? We all know now, sorry for the spoilers, that it was Frodo who ultimately was chosen and successfully brought the ring all the way to Mount Doom to end the destruction of Middle Earth. What quality enabled him to do this? It was grit. He had the courage, resolve, and strength of character to continue the journey despite all the perils he encountered along the way. Now, from what I heard from the speeches today, you guys already embody this trait. You took Mr. Pavlik's class, you got Fs, you were crawled up in fetal position, crying. But you guys are driven. That's kind of what I heard today. You guys are driven for success. You know what you want, and you're not going to let anything step in your way. So I had more things to say in my speech, but you guys already know this. You already embody this trait, and I'm very confident that you guys will be successful in whatever you do in your careers. So congratulations again, and best of luck.
And now I hope you enjoy the slideshow created by the class. And now for the presentation of diplomas. I thought that's what you guys wanted. All right, so Ms. Fontenot, Mr. Boyer. Lake Samer Alshawa. Mariah Rita Bastillo. Joel Gutierrez III. Cheyenne Adelaide Henry. Skylar Lee Henry. Julie Estella Jones. Cody William Hughes-Sajewski. J. Alexander Labby. Josue Peralta. Imani Rihanna Samuels Griffith.
I love you.
Kayla Michelle Smith.
Go, Kayla.
Ashley Elizabeth Springer. Autumn Dawn Stadelmeyer. Claudia Valdivia. the class of 2016. Let's give them a hand. Stay standing. All right. The tradition continues with the tassel. All right. On three. 1, 2, 3. All right. You may be seated. Hopefully not for long. I'm doing closing remarks. Couple of announcements very quickly. Refreshments afterwards will be in the room in back here. Right after we finish this, the graduates will go outside for tossing of the hats, and watch out when they come down. So if you want to get pictures of that, you're invited to go out to do that. Special thanks to Soaring Heights Communities for their help with our graduation. And of course, special thanks to Ms. Anthoff for all her hard work in putting this together. I've always said that brevity is the soul of all wit, and so I will be brief. We spend our lives searching for what makes us whole. May you guys find what makes you whole. Thank you. All right, now the session.
I'm going to repay you.